Right, well we're ready to belt in our copper, iron and Caterium to get the Quickwire and that running for supercomputers for the associated parts. That's what we're going to do first, and then we're going to go off and start tidying up the train line supports for all the train lines we just ran. So let's start off with our belts, and they're going to be over here. I'm just going to put these away. I might have a quick empty of my inventory too. So I don't want that. They can go and get sorted. They can get sorted. I think everything else is okay. And we'll put some of the green stuff over here. That is nearly full, that box. And I think some nuts can go in there. How are we going on inhalers? 29. Heaps. Alright, that's doing its thing. We'll come back and change that in a bit. It's good to be back working in the factory. And it takes a bit of work to get resources into the factory sometimes. So let's have a look at we actually need to go over here. Right. So the first one is, I think this is iron here. Yep. And we need to get the iron. Now, I think what we're going to do is use a layer. What does it look like when... Yeah, I don't like how they eat into those. So we're going to go... I think we're going to go up and across maybe. Alright, so the... Alright, that's the copper factory there. Right, so if I was to come up, but I can't really do that with all that there. Yeah, I don't want to do that. It's going to waste. So I think we're coming up to this floor. Or is it the floor down below? Oh no, it's this floor. No. floor down below. This one here, right. Alright, so it's... I'm going to have two coming in, a copper and an iron. Let's just have a look at our logistics on our belts. I'm just going to do that again. A 3 and a 4. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Oh, 3, 4, and 5 was supposed to be the mergers. The map's doing, the trucks are doing a few weird things, but I'm just going to leave them be. They'll sort themselves out. Alright. And the way I've designed these trucks is I should probably do that. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Alright, so that would mean assuming they're not causing issues here. Aha, alright. And that's going up a floor. This is the floor I wanted to go to. So that's not too bad. So that would be... I can get that high. Oh yeah, this should be alright, I think. Say the copper... It's just this power lead. The power's going to annoy me. I think I'm going to fix that first. You'll fix yourself, trucks. You always do. Alright, that's the power sorted. Only issue is I've got this here that's going to annoy me. The way I'm doing this. So that would mean I'll put this I might do that there. That's a bit annoying, but we'll work around it. That means I'm going to have... But that's going to screw up that one there. Oh, what I might do is... Okay, alright. In this instance, Put that one there. Bottoms and this one here. Alright. Alright, so this one should go there. Sponger, hello, welcome, good to see you. Hope all is well. Or as well as it can be. Oh, I don't know if I needed that. And then that. Alright, that there. Bare minimum effort. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. I will work out which one's which is... Well, hold on. I'll do the bottom one as iron. You know, from memory, I'm not... I'm not worrying about smart splitters, so none of this will matter. Right. Perfect. You woke up about 5 minutes ago? You mean you made the bare minimum effort? Couldn't help myself. Could not help myself with that one. Oh, I want to put these under the train line. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Will they fit? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, this is going to look sweet. So I reckon that was there. All right. That's going to be beautiful. Looks like the supports don't hang from the beams, but that's alright. I think I'll be okay without that. That will... I'll probably want the one down there, so... that going in that way. That looks... I like that. I like that. Yes. Don't mind if I do. do the other one here. Hold on. Just going to test something. Did that work? It did. Right. I'm just paranoid a bit about my streaming setup. I've had a few issues recently. I'm just making sure everything's working. You started a new save recently, phase 2 unlocked in about 17 hours. That's a nice bit of progress. Not building fancy though, that's alright. You don't have to. You build at your own rate. You want the hover pack first? Yeah, I really struggled without the hover pack for a while. I definitely missed it. I might. Alright, so where is it? Is it there? It is. Right, okay, so yeah, even once I started building with the jetpack it was better, but even the jetpack's got its limitations. That's sweet. And then right, so that's feeding through at the moment, which is great. It's probably stopped. Oh no, it's just feeding through the manifold right now. And then I need copper. And the copper is over here. That's Caterium. And this is copper. That station's a bit. And the Caterium's going. Caterium's going over there. Hold on, what is this? This is iron. Yeah, this is iron, yep. So if Caterium is going to go there, I think, then the copper, I'll run both of these coppers are for the second factory. So let's just... I'm going to have it come down. I might as well run both while I'm doing it. Right, it's under there. And then I'm going to run way. Alright, now probably in the center. So that one's going to run to there. The plan is to build resource towers with blueprints, so you need it. Hoverpack, Mark II Blueprint Designer, and Mark V belts. Then I'll rebuild the world. That sounds like quite the challenge. I'm sure you're totally up for it. Let's go to here. I kind of want to go under here. Which will is it? Yeah, I've got some ideas. Right. I think this will work. Just do some tricks. Let's just do this. That's the correct height. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's going to get to a certain point here. I think what we'll do is I want to get that a bit center looking, so let's go with, I reckon there. That's better. That might make it all the way. No. And we'll put some round concretes down. Actually, that might be handy. Right, I get that. Now, I could just keep going through here. Is that what? But that's lined up. No. One there, right, yeah, okay. One there. I don't know, actually. What does that look like? That actually looks awesome. Is the one next to it going to be okay? So, what? It was meant to be, absolutely. I mean, I've planned that for a long time. Planning stages for that have been ridiculous. The only thing here is... Oh no, yeah, okay, so now this comes down. I'm gonna... Oh no, we're not coming down. You idiot. Alright. So, if that's the case... How far will it go? Yeah, right. Yeah, I think we'll do... I think we'll come to here. And run it. That's actually probably perfect. Actually, this one to here, maybe? Yeah, we'll do that. This one will come to there. And this one is for there. So that one's there. And this one, well, it's going to be, it would make sense to do this, replicate what I've done here. Didn't do that very well. That would work. Yep, that will actually work. All right. So they're going up. You know, I want them to be facing the other way, I think. Oh, I'm picky. I'm picky sometimes. So it would need to be on this floor. Yeah, I do, yeah. I want them facing that way. Right, and then we'll do the same over here. Where are we? That's it, that one there. But Right, so one there. Yeah, it's totally where I wanted it. Right there. It's nice to know they go on those curved ones though. I've never tried that before. Alright, so then what I will do here is I'm actually going to change this now. Brick scopes, just got the game. It's so big, blows the mind a bit. It certainly can. It's depending on how big you want to build, that's all up to you. This is my little city where I've got one building for every part. Just a little city, yep. But hey, don't rush. Take your time playing. It's not a race. You've got to enjoy it. That's what I hope. I hope you can enjoy it. I reckon this one. Factories can be crazy, but you're building compact. Excellent. Well, yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do it, that's for sure. I think. That feels better. I might just go off this one. You reckon? No. I think I'm going to do one of these jobs. Can you show me how to use the splitter emerger very basically? Sure things. So when you have your, I want to show you two things. Well, actually, yeah. So you have your splitter here, and all the splitters. So I'm going to put the splitter here. You can see it's got the arrow on the right hand side there pointing in, and there's those three horizontal lines. On all machines that dictates the input, and all the other outputs are the arrows facing out, and they have a bent arrow line facing out. And then you can basically, if you had a couple of smelters or whatever, and you notice how it does that really nice straight. If you press the R key, Pirate's favourite key, it changes the belt type. And then to make a merger, you just middle mouse click on the splitter and you can tap E and change to the different ones around until you get to merger. Or you can hold E and you can go around and select the one you want. And the merger's the same. It's got 3 inputs, and all the input ports have got the horizontal lines, and the output line's got that bend. And you can hold control and it will line it up to the machine. And then you can just do your... Now that there is your typical load balanced, or you could do a manifold where I've got my input coming here and I can just hold control and then you can just do so now, and they're all, I put them all the wrong way. You see the arrows facing the wrong way. So if I turn it around, now the difference here is I'm just going to do something really straightforward. When I supply resources to this, you can see they all went 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. They got an easy one. And then when this way, you watch what happens when I put resources in. See how the ones at the end are getting it last? Because it comes in, it splits 50-50. So only 50% of what's incoming goes to the next one. And then 50% of the 50% goes into that one. So it goes left, right, and then 50-50. Now if you had machines on this other side as well, then you're going to get your line coming in a third, and a third. So this is a manifold, and things at the end of the manifolds take so much longer to saturate and get running, whereas this one here, it splits equally and it runs sooner. Does that answer your questions? Bare minimum effort, large builds make you burn out, so I'm doing smaller steps this time, producing rather than worrying about efficiency right now. We'll fix that later. That's excellent. And later on you've got things like smart splitters and that, but I won't. You just asked for basic, and that's basic. They're the 2 different ways of doing it. And you can combine these. You could split. You could do a manifold for a couple and then do splitting load balancing for the others or whatever. Yep, first one will be this one, and then these will catch up. Whereas this one here, each one of these will start about the same time. I'm just holding down left control while I'm dismantling, so I can highlight a bunch of stuff. except that one there. You'll get the hang of it.
Thank you, Brickscoper0 for the follow.
I don't like that. Yeah. Not a problem at all. Feel free to ask any questions. There's no silly questions, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't like that. We're going to go with that would go to and then I'll go to there. Then I'll go to there. And then this. We'll take it to there. And then that lets me take the copper to there, and then right, that's that. That didn't connect properly. That's better. Perfect. Alright, that's just all of that builded for later. We should have now I should have copper ingots now coming in. I think they're going to be on this floor here. So not this one here. This is one of the machines here. No. Is it the next floor out? I didn't think so. It's none of these machines. Because I'm not making Caterium. Or am I? I might be. I think I am. Hold on a sec. I needed to provide... Yeah, that's right. Yeah, alright. Just ignore what I'm saying. It makes sense in my head. Alright, so... Caterium is over here. So it's these two here. That I need to bring them over to this building here, I'm pretty sure. No, that looks good. Yep. Alright, so the way this is happening... On this side I've got 462.5. And then I was shooting that over to there. I'm pretty sure. And then this one was... $382.5. So 845, which is way more than I can manage. So what I need to do, what I do want to check is... over here, I think this is a pure node. It is, right. So we're getting 600 out of that at the moment. So what I might do is, I'll go into here, and I'll either disconnect this. I think I'll just disconnect and feed it straight in. I don't think I've got anything on the floor above. Brickscope's cool channel, and your YouTube looks informative. 41 in Australia, need a chill game after work and family dues. Nice to have a live guide if I needed for dumb questions. Your factory looks cool, but as scary as. That's alright. Anytime. Thanks for the positive feedback. There's no dumb questions. We all have questions we want answered. Bare minimum, you also found help on the Satisfactory Discord. Absolutely. The official Satisfactory Discord has a lot of help there. Alright, so what I'll do here is... that's an in and in. Yeah, I'm going to put... that there. And I'll run the other one over to here, I think. Okay, so it's over here. So what I might do is, I'll do that one like that. And that one like that. That one will go there. Rightio. So you're 41 degrees at the moment. Whereabouts in Australia are you? Because it's not that hot where I am, but I'm in the south, the bottom south of Australia, on the south coast. So yeah, not as hot as you, by the sounds of it. that one. Probably go. I think you're in Queensland. Oh, 41 years old. Okay. Well, I know it's not going to be 41 in Queensland. Oh, well. You're younger than me then. I'm 48, so enjoy life while you can. Alright, so this one... Oh, that makes it to there. That's perfect. And I'll make this one... I reckon to there. Right, so let's do this. Alright, easy. And then done that. So now that's going to be producing efficiently. The other one will be producing efficiently. I'm going to leave this here for the future. No, actually I won't. Rightio. So that would be all I needed, and I'll deal with that one later when I need to. That's all I needed right now. For the Caterium and the copper. Bare minimum, I have a birthday coming up, not saying when, but I am life, the universe and everything. Still, no idea what the question is. Well, you got 42 reasons to think about that then. Alright, that. I'll get rid of that. I want to put the lift. This lift over here. Don't run away. Oh no. What did I just do? Yeah. You can actually replace the elevator floor. Stop. Just let me in. But that... Oh no, my power stayed connected. That's really funny. one more up. That's it. That's all working. Of course you're going to be in the way. Have you moved yet? Ah, shoot. Thank you. Ah, that's nice. It gives me some easy access. What was I doing before I got distracted with that? I was gonna... Ah, yeah. I did want to actually get into this building. Because I wanted to check my copper ingots efficiency. Wildlife in the way? Yes. It can be frustrating. I mean, I could also just shoot them, but I decided not to. Alright, so these are running at 56%. But that's because they're backed up, so that's fine. They shouldn't be backed up, so hold on. 70 per minute, so these need to be Mark II. And that Mark III, that should all be Mark III, right? Okay. That one's not being used yet, nor is that one. This one's supposed to be 37.5, so that one's running nicely. That one's not being used yet. So what was this? Mark III, that's Mark III. Okay, so that is the second from the top. That is Mark III. Bare minimum, I wish they would add a mute often for just the birds. Hate those stupid things. We can only mute all creatures, including hostiles. I wish they had a mute for, or a volume level for waterfalls. It's so loud. Waterfalls are so loud. I can't build near them. They're so loud. Okay, so now each machine is what? 35 each. So then that would mean, and I'm doing 3 machines, that would mean this needs to be a Mark II. And that needs to be a Mark II. So now so that's supposed to be coming in at 211. So it's going to be a bit of a build up at the moment because it's backed up, but that will peter out in a minute. You thought they did have one? I'll be playing the game once I've had breakfast. We'll check. Thank you. You can do the environment, but I just want to do the waterfalls only. And that one's supposed to be what? 42. So that looks about right. With all of that running, and I think that's all going to be running. Let's go over to where it is heading to. A specific one like you wanted? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just because when you build near waterfalls... Oh... Right, so that's supposed to be... Hold on. That does not look correct. We need to fix that. That's a separate one, did I not put a sign down for that? I didn't put a sign for these. These ones are... Let's have a look. So that's 3, and then I was making 1, which I think is on the floor above. Really? So these are at 90. No, so it's a different... Oh, no, this is high-speed connectors. You idiot. No wonder. But this is where it is intended. Bear with me. high-speed connectors. I'm making this is 93.9%. So 6 at 93.9%. And I should be bringing in 507. So I'm not making sense. That's the right amount coming in. I've made a mistake here. I need to split. What have I got? One. Not a mistake, I just haven't properly belted this up. Okay, well then what I'll do is I'm going to split this here and send the rest. Yep, we can do that. That actually doesn't click, does it? Let me try something. Of course, I put this. You idiots. I actually think this is going to be alright. I'm just very frustrated right now. I'm gonna allow that. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go here. That is going to go here. I'd actually planned for this by the looks of it. That's better. Alright. Here's our 507 coming in. Alright, so that one's good. I'm happy with that one. So that's the 6 high-speed connectors on this floor. On this floor, there's supposed to be, looks like it's 140. That's nuclear pasta. High-speed connectors. Oh yeah, that's that one there. But it's not that one. I reckon it's this one here. That's to there. How many machines is it? It's supposed to be 2 machines, so it's this one. Right, this comes in here. That is overflow there. So something's not hooked up here. That's it there. So that wasn't hooked up. But that was 89.91. That's the assembly director system. Yes. And that is correct. And then that should be that'll take a bit to flow through. That's overflow. That's overflow. Right. Alright, that's all working as intended. Perfect. So I believe that's the... We're working on the high-speed connectors at the moment. And our first set was... we were getting the... we got the Quickwire. That was our first step. Right. Silica's next, then circuit boards. So we're just going to go back and check that these machines are running at 100% now. But there might be a bit of a backlog, so it might take a while to properly balance. So you've got this one here, 6 machines. They're all running at 100% now. That's beautiful. And then it should be, this is the last machine, making the 89. It's running at 54%. That's just because it was backlogged. Now that that's not backlogging anymore, that's feeding out, we will, that's creeping up to 100. So that's beautiful. All right. All right. So now that that's running, we're going to go and finish up all of our train lines and putting supports down for them. Don't run over me. So that's going to be starting over here. And this isn't a huge job, but it will take a bit of time. Probably what I mean to say, it's not a complicated job. I guess that. So I'm going to go with blueprints, transport, okay. I would like to know how I can get these aligning better. And these are, some of these aren't going to be right because jeez, that annoys me. There we go, I'm getting there. This is only for these intersection bits. Is it slightly complicated, but as we get further out, there's not as many of these. so that's that. Those ones I'm leaving alone because they're different. And then that's what I want here. Oh, I want the 10-meter ones. They're not aligned. Yeah, so these are a bit more sporadic. But I now need to use the longer ones at this point. Ah. Sometimes I'm in a rush and I press the wrong button. Hold on, if I do... Now that I've got the position... Nah, blueprint? Nah, it needs to be just default. As much as I want to speed this up, some of the blueprint stuff just takes time. Alright, now this... That might be the right one. That's the one. Beautiful. think. I think what I'll do instead here is do there's that short bit it is. I don't like that one. It means I'm probably going to have to put this that looks better. Alright. I think I'm going to get rid of this and just connect that to here. And then we'll get these in place. Fortunately, there's a bit of this to go. It's more these fiddly areas that take the longest. So I think I've got a I think it'll have to be that one. And delete what I don't need. Yeah. That's the one. Still saves me a bit of time. And I can do these beams to here. All right. At least I can line them up and get them mostly. No, I just have to page down. Okay, and then we can just grab it's this one here. That's it. Few little adaptations to fine. Alright, that there to there, and then I need that. I needed one here. And then there'll be another one here. That's in a weird spot, that. I'm going to redo that one, I think. No, it'll be right. So as long as that's in the center. It's all these fiddly bends that take time. That's not what I wanted. Right, now this, put one here. That's it. This is the fiddly part, but it's alright. Brickscopes, how many hours that saved looks mega. At the moment we're up to 578 hours. We haven't completed phase 4 yet. So one of my goals is, and they're outlined here in this link, is that I can't advance a milestone in the MAM or in the hub until I've made all the parts that are given to me when I unlock a stage. It's just trying to stop me rushing ahead, if you know what I mean. I've got a few blueprints that should make it helpful for me. One hell of a journey? Nice, yeah. I've played this game a few times, so I don't need... There's no satisfaction in me rushing to get to the end. I prefer to do it on my own terms. That one, I don't like that one there. That's a bit crap. We might just get rid of this. But yeah, it does mean some of it does take me a little bit longer than I would like. it's just all part of the journey. That wasn't as... Alright, let's do that again. That's better. A bit of a perfectionist at times, so that can also slow things down. Although I do know my limits. Okay, that's straight, so we'll go, then we'll need... You've got a couple of hours in time. Yeah, like... Of a couple of hours in time goes nowhere and you feel like you're behind, but reality it's your, say, your pace. I'm feeling now, first run did like 6 hours and made a mess, got overwhelmed. We all do on our first playthrough. So you're not alone there. You're in good company. To there. Now I don't. This is just me making things look a certain style, so that means things do take longer. But that's just how it is. But there's a lot of blueprints too, so a lot of it's sped up by having blueprints, but it's these bits are the hardest bits. They're a bit fiddly, and you just got to grind through them. Different type of blueprint. So I kind of see what's going on here now. That one. Where is it? There it is. Right, that's that way. We've just got to now connect these ones up and then we'll head out. This stuff should be much less complicated. That was probably the most tedious bit there. That's good. This one. No, they don't go there yet. We'll go that one there. That one's there. Then I need. There's one here. Looks like I got to that mute button just in the right amount of time. That looks good to that one. Let's go over here and do this one. 10 meters aren't going to be enough. It's going to need to be the 40s for a bit. And then it's that. Some nice ASMR building. I hope you're enjoying, folks. Very repetitive. Pain-free building. Right, they're all in the ground. That makes life super easy. And these ones, these will also be easy because they'll go straight into the ground. I have no idea where they are. This is a straight bit here. And it is straight to here. And then should be able to do lovely. That looks great. And I just need to put supports down for this. I'm going to put the... Where are we? This one... I will need that one. So that'll help anchor me into where everything's got to go. That's what I want. That one there. No, I want it that way. It needs to be there. So that means this. So I might put another one of these here. Like that. Perfect. So I just have to do this section here. Right, so that's there. I'll come back to there. Alright. I'm going to get rid of... maybe not that one. There. Then one there. I don't think I want this one here. I'm gonna get rid of... I'll leave that there. Alright, that's good. And then Some of this is a bit frustrating. So I think there's one that needs to be here as well. Right, let's get some of these placed. That's good. Excellent. What's next? Just keep following this around. Now there's another. This one here is what I'm after. I think that's it. And then again to there. I'll sort the bottom out in a sec. Beautiful. So then I'll put. There's a couple we don't here. A couple here we don't need. There and probably to there. I think. Yep. get rid of that one. Now will this reach? Nice. Get rid of some double ups here. I'm not going to do too much here. I'm just going to tidy up. Maybe I'll put this one here. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't need to fiddle too much there. That's awesome. So now we're making our way out. And I might Alright, so that'll get to there. So then let's do... Alright, I reckon I'll need... Oh, I can't believe I've got those all together. I forgot about that. All this time I could have been saving myself. Not a huge amount. Alright, so that's what I need right now. I'll do one to here. That's it there. And I'll get rid of this. Right, getting there. The end result will be great. It's just the time it takes. We need this one. This one. Yeah, we'll do that. How's this going to look to here? There's a double up here, hold on. Yep, that's fine. Now all of these are here, they look good, so I just need to, I'm going to get rid of Now that looks like a 45. Oh, that looks pretty good. Is that right? It does look right. That's beautiful. I think I need to put so I had that. It's going to do that. I'm glad I made those corners. They really speed up the whole process. That's not right. So he's not right there. That's it. No, I need to do these ones separate. They are weird. I'm just going to do this. Oh yeah. Now we're out of the complicated stuff. Alright, now we're up to here. So this one, I reckon... Let's get my... where was I? This one here. And now I need that one. No, there's a that one. That's all we need for that. Right. Now it should be a much quicker process. There's only a couple of bends. But we will be getting into the longer ones shortly. What's our lizard doggo up to? Should we see what he's got in his beak? Excuse me. DJPC is giving me 14 status. Right. That's what we need, these ones, the tall ones now. Although I reckon... Nah, that's right, we'll just... We'll just make it happen. Ah, I went all the way past it. Rightio. Just did that one. Super exciting. I know. That's the world of ASMR train building in Satisfactory. The whole genre. No, I want the double. That one. That's it. I reckon I'm just going to get up to the next intersection and then we're going to wrap it up there, I think. And I'll continue this in the next episode because I've got work tomorrow and all those sorts of life things going on. So we've made a really good dent in getting this finished. We'll just get to the end of this. Brickscopes, thanks for the stream, not a problem at all. Still got another maybe 15 minutes to go. We'll get to the end of this and then we'll head back. Can get a little bit boring when this is all you're doing. But that's the nature of big projects, I suppose. Big infrastructure. It's got to be built. There's a nasty creature ahead here. How do you hover? Is that a ladder game? Yeah, you get that when you unlock the aluminum or aluminium. It's this hover pack here. And it draws a constant 100 megawatts. Yeah, it's definitely a great game changer. Especially when you, because it's drawing power from the train lines right now. So it's really handy for like working underneath the train lines like this. Cool, yep, seems like it. Without it, your build tonight would be rough. Yeah. It's one... Because you get trains in... in Tier 3, 4. Trying to do this sort of stuff with the jetpack is pretty impossible. He hasn't spotted me yet. Oh, he's just spotted me. Give us your guts. Where's your guts? Where'd you drop your guts? Where are they? Are they in the bush? No, I'll get him in a sec. I'll let him despawn. Bridge tax, yep, that's it. Here's the troll. There it is. Yeah, and it's funny because once you get the hover pack, it also changes your building style. Like, if you're building underneath a roof and things like that, you spend a lot of time looking up. But once you get the hover pack, you spend a lot of time looking down. Oh, go away. Let me finish this first. Got your guts. Alright, we're nearly up to this inner section I was talking about, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll head back to base and we'll continue this in the next episode. Is there a way to automate biomass fuel early game? You can, so in there's no way to automate the collection of it, okay? You can automate feeding the biomass burners, and you feed them with solid biofuel is the best fuel. But what you want to do is would you like some game spoilers? That's a question I'll ask you first before I give you more information. Because there's some really good things, but that also sometimes you don't like to. You like to discover them. Yep, that's fine. All right. So in the MAM, let's just put this here for a sec. You've got the alien technology tree, right? And you want to unlock down here summer sleep analysis, alien harvesting, and then production amplifier. And what that means is when you in the machines, you can put a summer sloop in these output multipliers, and it's called slooping. And that means you can double the output of your machine with no extra required input. So even if it's overclocked, overclocking still requires you to increase the amount of product that's coming in. A summer sloop put in there will double the output. So what you do then is for instance, you make biomass from wood and you sloop that, and then you feed that into another constructor or a series of constructors that makes biofuel, and that's also slooped. So you're doubling and then doubling, and that's how you're going to get the most bang for your buck. Instead of making biomass from leaves or wood, if you do it from alien protein, so you make alien protein first, you sloop that, and then you make the biomass, you sloop that, and then you make your solid biofuel and you sloop that. So you're making this a mass amount of product. Yeah. Let's make Ingot, thank you. You need a chainsaw ASAP for now, yeah. And yeah, so summer slooping, that means you need to go and find some sand ore, and so it's not a quick thing you can do straight away. You've got to do some research, you've got to find those resources, you've got to get it enough, you've got to unlock the research, you've got to go and hunt some summer sloops as well, you've got to find them. So it's not an instant, but if you want to go down that path, and I'm not sure if you've unlocked the awesome sink yet, if you make the protein, you turn that into DNA capsules, and you get coupons from the awesome sink. Well, then if you sloop all of that, you make a bunch more capsules, a bunch more coupons. This is looking much better now that we've got all this supported. I'm going to go and actually quickly feed some of those processes in, so I can those stingers I just killed, the spitters, I can feed those remains in to my setup and get that all happening. Just automatic copper and iron and first 2 milestones. So moving along, we'll do the sleep when I can achieve it. Yep, not a problem. Yeah, it's just take your time. So yeah, here's an example here where I've got I'm making the spitter remains into alien protein, which I'll just chuck those here. And then they make these coupons, these capsules, and they're slooped, and then that makes a bunch of coupons. I'll be back in a sec. Put that there. Ooh. So I've still got some stinger protein. Is it stinger? No. Yeah, it's stingers, isn't it? No, it's spitter. Why aren't they coming in? They just did. Alright, that's fine. And then, okay, so we've nearly done this, and then I'll get all my coupons. Alrighty, yeah, nice. Let's go up here and check out how many coupons we've got today. Nine. Nice. Where's my file here? Alright. Go to my little spot here and we'll wrap it up. In today's episode, we finally hooked up that incoming Caterium and iron and the copper. So the iron and the copper went for the copper ingot factory number 2, and that was making the copper ingots for the Quickwire. The Caterium went and made Caterium ingots for the Quickwire. That Quickwire is now running for the high-speed connectors, and while we let that build up and run, we went off and started putting supports in on the train lines for all those resources that we are bringing in. So it's been quite a journey getting all that into the base. Once we finish doing the supports, we'll get back to getting that high-speed connectors running, and that's going to get us close to getting supercomputers running. Absolutely awesome. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.